of Vertigo, 13-10, despite a 6-0 start for Forsaken. And because of that, because of their difficulties yesterday, Forsaken in closing out maps, I have to feel that I don't care what happens in the early goings. What really matters is that mid to late stage of the first half.
Yeah, I feel like Forsaken are now coming in behind the 8 ball. They struggled to get anything going after their 6-round streak on Vertigo, their map pick. Now we go to Inferno, which we have seen EG on CS2, and it wasn't too shabby for them, so I'm feeling like EG has themselves a nice opportunity to be able to take this one, and especially considering the history going back to Go, 2 losses versus EG for Forsaken on this map. So EG have an idea, they have a game plan, they have momentum, and they do have a little bit of a better aptitude for closing out close series. That does favor Evil Geniuses. They start on the CT side, and autimatic needs to start off with a kill here. That's actually jeorge to get it done. Hex gets nothing. jeorge falls too. autimatic comes up empty-handed. The Glocks are running rampant around the A site, and the trend appears to be continuing here with Forsaken on a fast and good start.
Junior does have a kit, though, and 2v3 is possible. The issue is now that the Glocks are entrenched in the site, they're going to shine up close and personal, but the USPs really can't. Junior's going to try to probe. There's a teammate behind him. They're going to smoke off pit, but they won't take down the player in holding. Junior trying to dance with the player on site. Up top box, can't get the kill. Infinite finds that. Infinite finds the second as well. A hotter start for him on this map than the last. 3 kills to his name in the pistol round. And continuation of what we saw before, Forsaken taking rounds in the early goings. I do also want to highlight, Boggs, this is EG's pick, and Forsaken wanted to start on the T side of Inferno.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'd rather close it out on the CT side, to be completely honest with you. So, I do like this call. That's something that has always been a point of debate, is do you want to start on the stronger side, or do you want to finish on the stronger side? And I don't know, it feels like, at least in the way my brain works, finishing on the stronger side seems better. Because all you have to do is play to par on that first half, and then you've got yourself in a perfect win condition. Instead of having to battle more difficult situations, there's one for JBA, but the quad stack in pit, not quite the full Astralis stack. We'll at least get one. Bomb's going to go A, though, because they know it's completely open, or at least should be. And Forsaken will get up to a 2-0 lead here. Will Stan get anything else? Only one more. That's 2 kills on the USPs. Not bad for the Espas.
Yes, they dropped 2 of the 3 SMGs as well. 6C should be the next point of contact. It's his turn to harvest some cash. It's going to be more difficult now with these players on the SMGs, as MAC-10s are deadly. As you can tell, Forsaken already kind of backing out towards Library. They know the players will likely come up middle. So they want to be as far away as possible from those SMGs. Autimatic, though. Doubling back. Ooh, they're going to pass like ships in the night. Infinite and autimatic. That gives autimatic an opportunity, but no! He can't hit the spray down. Sprays have become more difficult in this version of Counter-Strike. Hex and jeorge sync with the bomb. Forsaken take that expected second, but did lose a fair few players in that round.
Damage wasn't bad for EG. Forsaken need to do a little bit more here. They need to get off to a strong start, but continue that momentum. That's the thing. It's not just, okay, we got a good start. It's, we need to keep this going. Keep the train moving. And that's what Forsaken have struggled to do. Regardless of the side half. They were T-sided last night. We'll see if that's the case again. Still got 10 more rounds of this half. Good flash into Banana. Counter nade from Walco's got the bomb, so we've seen him do good work with it in this tournament so far. But there's the opener.
Lost down. Snap up close, looking for the player sandbags. Automatic caught shuffling between nades. That's 2 openings found. A good upgrade to a FAMAS for 1. Jeorge needs to get 3 here, realistically, if his team wants a chance in the retake. In fact, they might not even attempt it, even if he finds 3. Junior's on a glass cannon. There's no kit. There's no smoke. So a lot rests on his shoulders as this solo B-side defender. He's behind the fountain. All of his eggs are in one proverbial basket. He's gonna try. Shoulder spotted. No chance. Not even one. Jaba takes him down. That's the site fallen, and that is the round fallen as well. Forsaken, again, off with an aggressive early lead. And Infinite as well. Hunting will drop the op of Junior. Might even find Hexed as well if he plays his cards right. Everything going good for Forsaken in the early goings, but then again, everything went good for them in the early goings as well on Vertigo.
Yeah, you can't get comfortable if you're a Forsaken fan. You cannot be comfortable if you are Forsaken. You know what happens? There is the backslide. Terrorists win. The recoil. To every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, Nate. And Forsaken definitely feel that when they get off to an early lead. It's like shooting a 12 gauge, except they're not holding that shotgun properly. Just knocks them flat on their rear ends.
EG back to a save, back to the drawing board. Probably going to be a pause in the ensuing round. Eagle, P250, 5.7, a little bit of utility, some Kevlar for a couple. Stanislaw again keen to harvest on this SMG. Jaba combining fire in the apartments. There's also support from Infinite. I will say this feels like last map in that Forsaken are off to a hot start, but it does feel different as well because Infinite is actually getting some kills.
No, Wiz doesn't have any.
That's true, but he's an opera on the T side of Inferno.
Yeah.
That seems a little bit more fair to me. He hasn't gotten his gun of choice out yet. He's been in the back lines as well. I like this setup from EG though. A little bit quirky, a little bit different. Junior's watching for the arch wrap, as is Jeorge. Rotations are being made correctly. Say that, but the bomb is actually slinking towards B. Double stack on the balcony is something that really does interest me. It would have worked, or potentially could have worked, if Forsaken actually committed.
It's just, can Walko get more than a kill, or even can he get a kill? Nope, almost, but no cigar. Forsaken will get the bomb down. Look at a 4th round. How many casualties will they sustain is the question. Jeorge pots the head. JBA pops it. And it's just a farming effort here from Forsaken. They may attempt to hunt. They probably won't go all the way in, though. Stanislaw should be there to recover that AK. 6 he will most certainly drop unless he's able to get all the way closer towards A. I'm used to the old end of CSGO bomb radiuses, and they did change those here on new Inferno, as we were saying in the green room.
Inferno 3.0.
Yeah. Man. Crazy to think we've seen 3 iterations of this map, and Train has essentially looked the same since Inferno was first removed.
It's true.
Mirage has looked the same since the beginning of Go.
It was the perfect pug map. They added some extra little quirkiness, the bench, of course, the chief among them, but it was a pretty dang perfect map when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Buy on the board for both teams, and yeah, it is. EG, no timeout. They're gonna bring out the op for Junior. Let them go for some opening attempts and go from there. Might be all they really need to get on the board.
Up. Will it be tested in this round? It's over on B. It's going to have to make a rotation if it has a contact play. Good molly kill to start things off for EG, though. That's 60 down for the count. Stan not able to recover that gun yet. The op out has made its way over. Now Stan's going to start probing out towards Banana. Maybe he's just going to run distraction here, but EG seemed content to leave 3 at the very least. Junior will run back to B. Autimatic getting antsy, has to be careful not to get caught. Does he clear his left side? He clears the cuppy. He's not cleared left. And this is where things get bad. If Autimatic dies, you're down bottom Banana. That's still going to be a bit of information. He sees nobody else. He's got to know it's A. Now Hex has to spray away wildly. He takes down the first and second half of the third before Walco can save him. Very clean round from EG, all things considered. Molotov kill starts it off nice. The op doesn't even need to activate. And then just that late funnel in, not going to have any success for the T's.
It's the cleanest round that could be reasonably asked for EG. Definitely happy with that. Did they even really give away the fact that they had the op? I don't think so. Might have been a shot ringing out at the end, I'm not sure. Regardless, there is one out for Wiz on the T side. So we might see a duel of the big greens in this round. Lots of alt mid control again for Forsaken. Kind of just running their stock standard defaults. Junior posted on the arch is looking for the opening. Might actually get that faded op duel rather soon if Wiz presses forward.
Junior opens things up on a JBA. Now he can get activated on the big green gun. Wiz, no chance for a response with his. Snade's counter utility up towards brackets. Infinite flashing in. Junior re-peeks and he finds Infinite too. And this is not going to stall Junior. If anything, he's only going to be more emboldened to push forward. Another Molotov will force him away. Fear of fire, more than anything else. 60 making all the noise, running around, peeking in towards B, has help. Stan lurking elsewhere. I think that EG are going to pick up on this too. Stan now lurking. Walco gets the kill, but the bomb's going to run back towards A. There's still 3 players, now only 2 as Junior rotates away to CT spawn deep. CT, he can still rotate back fast enough. Hex and Autimatic have to hold this down though. One flash in the hands of Stan, and he's leading the charge. Junior's made his way back too. Good call from EG to bring back the extra. Hex sprays wild for 2. Can't grab the third, but the bomb has not yet gone down. Junior closing. Nope. Denies the plant. And there's 2 in a row for EG and Junior. The little friendly banter, my friend.
We thought we were going to see some yesterday. We saw some today. It's the start of it. Junior already feeling comfortable on the op. Audacious peaks coming in might as well might I add. A nade, self-nade for the peak on arch through the smoke is definitely a risky play, and it does pay off for him. We do see a tactical pause coming out from Forsaken. They've lost 2 rounds in a row. Momentum's being stymied at this point. They don't want it to give way completely like it did in the first match.
I don't know, though. At this point, it just feels like Forsaken, they start off strong, but once they get countered, they're never able to get anything done. Just kind of get that opening little salvo, and then they're out of ammo. And the thing is, too, Junior hasn't had to be all that stellar yet. That's an even scarier proposition for Forsaken. That op, which can be such a suffocating aspect of a CT side on Inferno, hasn't even had to do much.
It's been hexed, doing a lot of the lifting.
Mm-hmm.
The Opto's definitely had its moments. It cemented that last round in their favor. With the picks towards Arch. At least 2 of them. The Whiz Cannon will get an opportunity to shine here. Boosted up, does not hit the shot. Walco swings by and now has control of top banana. Forsaken are effectively locked out at this stage. They haven't taken much nade damage at least, but used a lot of utility and a lot of time and don't have much to show for it.
Molly out. 50 seconds on the clock. Five v 5. Junior soloing the B side. Now is a bit of time for him to shine. The spotlight's on him. And no, that's not just CS2's brightness settings. Utility in. 60 dry peaks, and Junior will say thank you. You cannot get away with that kind of a peak against Junior. And he might get two. He will. He kites backwards. Fights for a third. He's found it. Junior on the op is making it sing a deadly tune. Wiz and JBA, the last two alive here, as the bomb does get planted. Junior has still made his mark. He's done his duty. And now it's a 4v2 retake onto the B side. Wiz might even get left in a 1v4, 1v3. As JBA isolated Wiz. Good shot to start it off. Now the converge, only one kill for him. The op will be saved. AKs for the other two.
What changed between yesterday and today? For the op specifically, Junior is looking much more flashy. Talked about it kind of taking a back seat, playing off team's success, and yet here it is finding three holding down a site. It's a very big departure from what I've come to expect from a CS2 op.
Junior looks a little more aggressive right now than he did at the tail end of Go.
Yeah.
Which is scary, because remember, Prime Junior was a hyper-aggressive op.
Outrageously. Got away with it way too much.
Yep, and then he went to Furia, and they started to call him Senior.
Yeah.
And now he's kind of making his redemption arc work. He's on the route back. And boy, is he punishing Forsaken with these peaks.
Absolutely is. Pistols for Forsaken. It's a very potent mixture on a map like Inferno. Tech 9, speed of 50, Deagle. Looks like the Arch Rap's going to be the play, but again, Junior is posted and ready. Pound one, he has support from the Arch and automatic as well. Very, very solid setups coming in from EG to rebuke this take. A third on the spray from Hex, a fourth on the spray from Hex. The last is in apartments, and they know it. It's infinite. I think he's had a better start to this map than the last, but it doesn't matter. He finds nothing in the round. And now, again, I have to ask, Forsaken, do you have any adjustments? You need to swap things up. You have a good start followed by an abysmal mid to late half at the start of every single map, and we're seeing it bear its ugly head once again. What was a 4-0 lead is now a 4-4 tied ball game. You have rifles at least going into round number 9, but nothing to show for these last 4 rounds.
This time it wasn't even 6. It's gotten progressively smaller for Forsaken. That timeout doing nothing. Now it's an aggressive push down banana from EG. George with the pair. Automatic here. Walco chimes in too. The bomb down bottom banana, but it's Infinite and Stanislaus, the last two remaining players for Forsaken. Can they get anything done? Spotted by Junior as Infinite, and down he falls. Junior will not miss that kind of a shot. And Stan the man, most likely without a plan.
Think about how many times we saw him as the last live on the last map as well.
Mm-hmm. A ton.
Yeah. At the end of it, when they looked lost, he was always last alive. When they looked like they had a plan in mind, he was the first one in. The fact that he's last alive now tells me they have nothing going. They have no idea on what they want to do. They look lost. Not instill confidence again, and they need confidence. They need to inspire us because they're down a map.
Stan grabs the bomb. Junior is holding mid. The rest of the team is holding out towards B. Utility being thrown by Stan. Extra smoke there. He'll run into Junior's op. Junior's op will walk into the op of Stanislaw. But he's got no time. It's just a hunting operation for EG. Stan will back away. No hunt there. The scope does give away his position, but they're not going to have the time to push it. 5 in a row to respawn from EG. Now they've gained some ground on the CT side. Forsaken, another timeout. 2 of 3 already used. And this is where things start to get a little more awkward for Forsaken. Elimination matchup now. Loser goes home. Winner has nouns to deal with in the final.
This timeout would have been far better served in the round prior, in my opinion. We're doing another round. We saw this like on Vertigo as well, where Stanislaw saves a gun, and now the economy's all over the place. They're going to go for a half buy. Whiz on the whiz cannon, dropped over by Stanislaw Shore, but it's only pistols surrounding. Well, EG's economy is bounteous on this defense. They haven't really been tested too much once they turned that corner 5 rounds ago. Wiz has to do something to open this up. That's the only path forward in this round for Forsaken.
Just the pistols and the op. It's ugly. Wiz has to do the brunt of the work on T side Inferno with an op. I would say that's drawing the short end of the stick.
Definitely is. Turn is kind of giving off similar looks to the pistol, and that it was like an apartment split, but it's far more brackets focused, not so much on the apartment top out. Molotov for under the porch. Hex will immediately smoke that. This is brackets control central for EG. They don't want to give this up. It's going to be a bastion, a focal point for this hold. Hex up top of the porch. 6C. Waiting to activate off contact towards banana as well. Flash in towards brackets. Automatic finds 1 spot. A second. That's the op and a pistol taken down. A third secured for Hexton. The meanwhile towards Boiler. An infinite no-scoping, or automatic no-scoping, excuse me, with the recovered op. Junior chimes in for 60 on the lurk. A complete collapse of the offense. The timeout does nothing. And while they will have another rifle buy, once again, it feels like EG are in firm control, and Forsaken are just too inelastic in their setups.
Yeah, it's just... Instead of being a palm tree in a hurricane, they're being a pine tree. Instead of bending, they're breaking.
Breaking doesn't do it justice. They're snapping.
Yeah. Just
an instantaneous turn. It's like a flick of a switch.
Just not even a... It's like a controlled demolition, just collapsing in on itself.
Yeah, they go from a strong start of 4-0 to 0 for 6. Without anything to show for it, might I mention, there's not been a really close round. They keep going for this slow, respectful style, and EG's more than happy to just wait and rest on their laurels.
No reason not to if you're EG. You have everything working for you. You don't have to make an error. You've got Junior hitting everything. He does not elect to take that shot, though. But good nade damage out towards brackets. Does a considerable amount of 2-2. Now Junior goes hunting. And Dixie takes one in the thigh. He goes down early. Junior escapes on sight. Automatic mode down by the SMG. As Stanislaw gains some ground towards Arch side. But who's still on sight, Nate? It's Junior. The smoke will fade. Junior will get caught, though. He's not looking. He scopes a little too early. But in comes Hex from the balcony. Only able to get one. This opens up an opportunity here for Forsaken. Molotov for Jeorge. Not easy to dunk onto the site now. That's the issue.
They're gonna go for it though. They have
Oh,
no
yeah.
reason not to.
Got
Next round's
flashes,
the
they
last
got
round.
kits.
Flashes, kits. Sure, it's a safe simulator map, but they have more than enough money to buy in the final round of the half if necessary. Forsaken, though, might have found a winning recipe, especially with Infinite towards Boiler. Walk in for Walco. Spots one, gets that. Should be a free trade from Infinite, however, yes, it is. The last alive is Jeorge. He knows where one is on site. He knows where the second is as well, and he has time. Infinite has to play it to a T. Good peek from Jeorge. Does it pull the trigger? Does he get the kill? Yes, he does. Does he have time for the defuse? Yes, he does as well. A massive clutch coming in from Jeorge. When I finally thought Forsaken could have broken the curse, it's ripped away from them. Jeorge, a monster for EG. And a 7th in a row on the board for EG as we enter the final round of this first half.
Here's the thing, Nate. When Jeorge isn't having to do much, but he's still doing well, Junior is playing as he is, Hext is fragging out, autimatic is doing his job, Walco doesn't have to do anything. That's where EG are their scariest. Walco can just position the chess pieces. He has his queen, in a sense, in Hext at the top of his game. Junior is acting like a rook. Jeorge is there like a knight, and autimatic's there like a bishop. He's got all the pieces working. Everyone is doing their job to a T.
Chess reference works scarily well. Oppa Jr. again posted on Arch. It's been here time and time again. It's been smoked off, and it doesn't matter. It will still find ways to have impact. Smoke once again thrown. It's going to be perhaps an apartments split into A. 3 there, 2 towards brackets. Hex is on site, autimatic, in fast rotation. Spots the players jumping out. Good Molotov from Hex, but he has to do a lot on site. One secured J, but though drops autimatic in the meanwhile. Hex on 12 HP. What can he do in sight? Not much is the answer. He's caught by the spam from J, but site has been taken. An opportunity for Forsaken to finally find a 5th. It would be better late than never.
They're going to go for it, though, most likely. No reason not to again for EG. Jeorge, jump spotting, sees nothing over that smoke. Junior's op might be a bit difficult to get an entry with, but if he can take a clean fight, that's where things turn topsy-turvy for Forsaken. Walco clearing upside, up the lane. Flashes in from Junior, who clears out Boiler. Blind on side 6, he goes down. Stanislaus saved by JBA, and he'll pop Jeorge. That's some good teamwork coming to fruition from Forsaken. A 7-5 half, as we will see you for half 2. 4-0 start to Forsaken to a 7-5 EG half. Boggs and Pineapple Phillips with you for the rest of this ESL Challenger Jönköping North American closed qualifier. And EG now on the Glocks. This Glock pistol round could be so formidable. If they have an equivalent start to Forsaken in that first half, it's 11 rounds to EG. Not a good spot to be for Forsaken, almost a necessary pistol round here for them. It's been very difficult for teams to win that CT pistol in general.
I was going to mention this map feels like the last, but even more so in favor of EG. Capped off with one paltry round at the end by Forsaken, just like Vertigo was. EG have an even greater advantage coming into Inferno's second half. Good start for Junior. P2 Fitty in hand, dropped to him by one. A full set of utility for Walco as well. For a take. Good damage, but no outright kill in response. It's a dink through the top of the coffin spot. Exec will come in towards B, and there's only one defender here, it's Jaba. He is a formidable pistol player, but against four, he's going to have the odds stacked against him. Hex to the lurk in towards A as well. Spots two. There's a spanner in the works, and now it's just truly Jaba alone on an island. He'll try his best to dance, but he can't dozy-do quickly enough. George finds the headshot. That's the site. That's the plant. And now a very rough and tumble 3 versus 5 retake on the cards for Forsaken.
No kit. Oh, now there's one down, and Wiz will pick that up if he moves forward, but his teammates are falling. He does as well. Sixties dualies come up empty. Pistol round relatively clean for EG, just the one casualty. What a good job here for EG as we move in to what is about to be a very commanding lead, unless they lose to the shotgun from Stanislaw. Half by Hero Nova. That is a sentence I never thought I would utter in my life.
Hero Nova. Secondary Deagle, Jaba. Tertiary P2 Fitty, Wiz. It is the super squad active for Forsaken. The issue is, even under the best of conditions, they struggle in the second halves. Jaba changes blows, changes broadsides towards B. Junior doesn't get the spot on the player rushing down middle either. That's a double dink for Sigsy that could open up the round. The remaining 4 are now going to race in towards B, but they have to keep it clean. They can't let this opening frag snowball for Forsaken.
Honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea to save here for Forsaken, at least the Mac and the Nova and the Deagle. Try again in the next round. We're gonna fight this, but Junior takes care of the first. Automatic sprays down a pair. Hex will swing out wide. The shotgun does find one, but it's still 3 alive for EG. And now a 4-round lead. What's the buy going to be like for Forsaken? M4s and a couple make it 4. JBA, will he join the party? Infinite will actually go to the FAMAS. JBA has to make a choice too. MP9 here on Inferno. Wait, what?
Moss? MP9? There we go.
Okay.
There is no kit, though, for Forsaken. The site falls, it's going to be all the more difficult to retake. What is EG's play? Spread out, get apartments control, get banana control, go from there. Forsaken going for a double arch setup for both Wiz and Sigsy. This one Mac-10 on George as well. Could race out in a certain direction and just find somebody. We've seen it happen. Stanislaw's hands. Don't know why it would be any different for George.
Flashing into brackets, Hex going in first. Wiz is a crossfire with 6. Nades into Cubby. Wiz so low, but he picks up 2. No response from EG. A good start for Forsaken, they need a little bit more. 6 he dealt with by Junior. Automatic takes care of low HP Wiz. Junior now on 4, George on 41. Junior caught from behind, but he was essentially dead man walking anyways. Automatic trades that one. George might want to upgrade to a rifle there towards brackets. It is down and available. Timing for JBA. It's there. The bomb drops at his feet. The bomb drop physics are literally nuts in CS2.
So they are.
George.
Stanislav.
Yeah.
Picks up George. Mac 10 couldn't really be expected to do too much. They were paranoid about flanks. But of course, no such flank was coming through. 9-6, EG still have a lead, but Forsaken do get on the board at the very least in this second half. At a reasonable rate, might I add. The economy for EG is kind of all over the place. They're going to use a tactical timeout, figure out what they want to do. Junior can buy. Automatic can probably buy an AK and armor if he wants to, but it'll lack utility. I guess it's going to be a half investment for Automatic, Walco, and Junior. And meanwhile, George and Hext should save it all. Maybe not. Okay, it's going to be an investment.
I don't hate it.
I don't either. I guess Hext was on a full or a double save at 1500. Still going to be a very hamstrung investment. I have to slow things down. Can't just run in cocksure, otherwise they might just lose the round outright from the outset.
Rotation back towards A, as it was a bit of a banana utility dump early from EG, but they're not going to pressure that side of the map. To group towards mid. 3A, 2B, very standard from Forsaken. Just need to make their way on in. They're going to charge on through. Hex has that Tech 9. Molotov will stall them out. Nade will do a little bit of damage too. A tiny bit, actually. Almost negligible.
So is this Cubby expected? 60 knows it's a possibility, but there's a world where Hex wide swing kings and gets the headshot. Mash up Banana in the meanwhile. Hex is going to be the lurk. I love this timing. This is so perfect for him. The double back from 60, though, just so aware. Oh, my goodness. Hex finds a critical timing. Flash in. They still know it's a possibility, but I think he did slink by without being spotted.
Look how much control EG have towards brackets. Just 2 players on the side, one big pit, one mini pit, not even side proper. We've already spotted out the pit players. Both have been revealed. Stanislav only able to pick up one. It's gun upgrades and potentially a save call for Forsaken as the bomb goes down, because they don't have a lot of racetrack left. They're running out of room. Dixie knows there's somebody on the site. Junior's just dodging around, playing chicken with him. All 3 Forsaken players killing clock. This killing time is killing them. Automatic holding. Oh, timing! Automatic had the opportunity. Now we can finally spray away and take down JBA. Hex will combine with Junior and 61v3. No time though, so he's got to bail. 10-6. Evil geniuses charging for a rematch against Mount.
They are charging forward as well. 10-6. The CT economy has been, at this point, basically reset. Jaba could invest into a rifle and armor with a little bit of utility, but no one else really can. This is the last of the tactical timeouts being used by Forsaken. They're at a critical juncture. They could try to go for a force and put their foot down, hamstring their efforts in the following should they lose, or they could save this one, let 60 try to do something with the Hero AK, and try to make their stand at 6-11. Both options suck.
Yeah, they're not ideal.
I do not envy them in this situation.
Neither do I. Saved AK. 5.7s, deagle, 2 vests, and one of those is your AK player. It's ugly. It's far from ideal. It is downright bad.
Half part makes sense though.
It does make sense, but it's not a good spot to be in.
No. Desperation should be setting in.
Not in
Towards
the
the
CS2 anyway.
True. And there's the AK down for the count at the outset. 5-7 in middle. Gives away where the majority of the manpower is. And now EG know they can be rather confident and blasé in their entry towards B. Site taken, bomb planted. Forthcoming. And an 11-6 scoreline. Pretty much a layup at this stage.
I don't understand the point of saving these guns. Just go for something.
The only one you get is infinite with the Kevlar.
Yeah,
The other
that's
ones
the
don't
only
make sense.
one.
Yeah.
There's no
going-
reason to save the MAC-10. There's no reason to save the Infinite. He's the one who matters. He does get taken down very low. He's fighting, though.
Maybe we should try to do something with this MAC-10. Please don't save this for the following. Okay.
Want to bet it ends up on the floor?
It's going to end up on the floor, I guess. But he could have maybe found a kill or crossed to get that AK at T stairs.
At least gone down swinging.
At least trying for something. Maybe Infinite will grab that. Nope, he's going to grab an M4. So that MAC-10 does end up on the floor. George on a Galil is going to be very potent because 60% of the defense have no helmets.
It just keeps getting worse and worse for Forsaken. It looked so good when they won that first map against Nouns, Nate. And then double overtime on map 2. Holy drive-bys, Batman.
Autimatic starts things off right. He's had a heater of a second map. He's atop the board for his team, followed right behind by Hexton Jr. Infinite and Sigseat, JBA, and Stanislaw. Everybody chiming in for kills, however, leaving just Junior, the Opper, in a 1 versus 3. He's got a tag on 1. But the Op is so unwieldy in CS2, I can't really see a world where he gets back into this one. Bomb also on a silver platter on the A site. Now he's effectively smoked off as well to boot. Just play time. He has 50 seconds to work with. He might actually save the Op as well. The money's not the best for his squad. If he saves the Op, he might be able to drop a MAC-10 or a Galil to 1. George will be able to invest autimatic as well. One of the two, Walko or Hex, will be stuck on a less than ideal weapon, but still be a rather scary proposition for Forsaken.
I like the save from Junior here, considering they don't really have a lot of money. You don't want to give an extra op over to Forsaken if they want to use a double. But that's an opportunity, a lifeline for Forsaken. It keeps them in this game. It gives them an opportunity. It gives them an extra round to play with.
Counter-terrorists win.
It's a massive win. Good individual sprays, the team effort, 4 different players getting those 4 kills. EG on a bit of an awkward situation as far as the buy. They're going to buy up here, get some drops to spread some money around. Although I would say you might want to drop Hex to Rifle, and considering the kind of form he's been in right now.
Yeah, considering the heat he's been cooking with, it would make sense. Aggression down middle from Stanislaw. And an op to support. Might get an opper's duel towards the middle. All depends. Flash over, Walker gets the opening. Stanislaw unseated. The op of Wiz fares no better. The IGL on the rifle. Finds 2. 6 in the apartments now has it all to do. 3 players here crossing. He finds one, spam to throw, almost finds a second. Sets up Jaba for success. Jaba finds those pair of kills by the assist of his teammate. Junior brings it back to even footing with the op. It's a bit of chaos on the A site. But chaos which leads to a bomb plant. Autimatic, slow on his rotate in. Junior's smoke towards Speedway fails, getting caught on equipping. Junior has to do a lot. Nice flick onto the first Molotov, though, compels him forward. Glock in hand, but beheaded on the flyby. Jaba on low HP finds Junior, leaving him in the 1v1 versus Automatic. The issue is Automatic is in a wily spot, walking in the apartments. He knows that he has the luxury of information. Steps will give away his position, but he knows that the bomb isn't being stuck. The nade almost does Jaba in. Time is of the essence. Automatic toying with his food, finds the kill through the smoke, and EG at long last do secure a 12th. Automatic does not go down with the bomb either. 5 series points for EG.
5 series points. Forsaken's buy to stave off series point 1 is 2 MP9s, 2 M4A1Ss with no utility to speak of. 3 total MP9s, 2 smokes and an HE, one of which has already been used. As far as last-ditch buys go, I've seen worse, but it does not bode well. Double max, Galil, double AKs, and George got 1 Mac Daddy out towards Pulse is gonna take down 2, barely take any damage, and now it's all but curtains for Forsaken. JBA has to do the bulk of the work, and he does start it off nicely, but he cannot get 2, and he needed at least 2 and to stay alive. Wiz and Infinite, how much can they do? 1 from Infinite, but he's so low on health. He's an instantaneous trade. Wiz, here's the drop, but he cannot take the fight. It's a 2-0 victory for the evil geniuses here over Forsaken, and they book themselves a rematch, a grudge match for the spot at ESL Challenger Jönköping against the Nouns.
I wanted to mention that final round, not a single player had a helmet.